Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Reseller TV. Today's co-host is the Green Ranger. This is like a samurai version. I don't know. This has been sitting. So I have 62 items going out today. It was a 3-day weekend, President's Day. So yeah, it's pretty busy. I think I did $1,450, so not too bad. It's a lot to remember. So what I'm gonna try to do is try to remember how much it sold for, and then also tell you one of the more important things is how long that it said before it sold. Um, then you could be like, I want you to. I'm trying to help people look for stuff to, look for when you're out thrifting or whatever, and to be on the lookout for or whatever. Anyways, let's get into what sold. Poshmark, Depop, Etsy, eBay were the four platforms today. Uh, Seattle Sanders FC. This is a small jersey. This is my oldest thing I have here. 4 years probably. Got it from the bins. Sold for $10 finally. Not something I would ever pick up. Guess jeans. This is probably set for 2 or 3 years. I only paid like 25 cents for it. It finally sold for like $12. Jordan training hoodie sold on Poshmark for 32. It was about a 4 month, maybe less, maybe 3 months on that one. Russell Athletic sold for $11. It's set for probably like 2 months. Lululemon probably a 5-monther, $10. Uh, Books. These books are all about 6 months or less. And the VHS. So the VHS and the books, all about. Okay, so those VHS and those books about 6 months, and what was that? 12, 19, $8 for the VHS. They're used. Beetle Bailey was 12. Epcot Center was probably like 2 years old, and it sold for $10. I wouldn't pick that up. Mass comic book that was over a year, like $10. Go Falcons, that was free. It sold for $10 on Depop. Batman, that was 6 months. That's from last summer. It sold for 12. Someone bundled together these two football programs from the 1970s. It was like a 2-year sit for those, and they sold for 19. $10 for the Sports Illustrated, another 2-year sit. This sold immediately. Easter's coming up though, so that boosts up all the Easter stuff, which is funny. Valentine's Day was like 5 days ago, and this sold for $20 out of a storage unit pretty immediately as well. This was like a 3-month. This guy Simpsons guy was like a 3-month there. Trivial Pursuit listed, and it sold within 12 days for $35. Lord of the Rings. Simba, that was like a year and a half, and it sold for $20. I bought like hundreds of these glass bottles. So, Big Mother Trucker from last summer, so that was about a 6-monther, 25. Ghostbusters last summer, another that was 10. 10 for Sega Superstars last summer. This listed within 2 months, sold for 10. This was another 2 or 3 month McDonald's Spy Kids toy for $10. And then we have, let's go over all these little ones. Fast Seller, $12 for the Pirates of the Caribbean. Ticket Stub, less than a month on the Book It Pizza Hut button for 18. Same box that I got this out of for 21. Both of those were within a month. And then all four of these cars, so $20 for that car, 11 for that car, 17 for that one, and 13 for this one. All out of the same bin as this, out of one of my most recent storage units. And then, so yeah, within a month. He was within, Han Solo was with about, sold for 14, and it was within 5 months on him. Through 2 or 3 months for this, $13 for the monster truck. Earrings were about 6 months, and they sold for 10. The necklace was in the same thing as the earrings, and the necklace sold for 18. This necklace sold for 21. I got this from the bins a while ago, but I never listed it. I just recently listed it. Sold quick. This sold within, I listed it. It sold within 6 hours for $9. Little mini bell. And then all these pewter things were about 2 months, all from the same storage unit. and they all sold for around $12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of those for $12 each. And then we have this California from my most recent bins trip, probably two months ago. Sold for $25 for that pennant. This was a little less than a year for these Oregon Duck cleats. They sold for $100 on Etsy. Another $100 sale. These Iverson basketball shoes from the summer. I paid 10, sold for 95 for those from last summer. This was an immediate 10-day auction, and it sold immediately for $40, and it had multiple bids on it. It is a Max Velocity Mary Kay men's cologne from last summer. This Betty Boop sold for 23 for 20. I got her for 25 cents. These goofy ears always had like 20 watches on them, and they sold for $20 finally. But I had them for like 30 for a while. This Amiibos from last summer sold for 15. I think I paid like 5, so that wasn't a great come up on that one. Timon, super fast. He even has a broken hand, and he still sold quickly. So look out for him. This Beasel vacuum, within 2 weeks, this sold maybe that listed that a week ago. $60 on Etsy. Then we have the best sales of the day. $75 for this Bumble and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer thing I got from last Thanksgiving. So it was about three. Actually, I've had it on display in my house, but I listed it and it sold immediately within 2 weeks, maybe less, like a week. $75. $75 for this Rudolph thing. That one's been sitting for about a year, but that's okay. Still got $75. And then the best sale of the day, these Ghostbusters, the movie's coming out soon. The plush I got from Cinemark, all these from Cinemark for $50, which is way more than I like to pay for anything, but they did sell within 2 days for $160.